Hello and welcome to another podcast from me, finally. My name is Kat. I am known as Dexter Loves Annie, and it's been a very long time since my last upload. We did Vlogmas, and then I thought, I'll take January off, and now it's almost the end of February. So I thought I would just come on and say hi, show you what I'm working on. There has been some stuff going on. There's been some health stuff that's ongoing, but I thought, why not? I felt like it today. Sometimes it's hard to get the kind of work up the energy to do a podcast. Everybody knows some days you're raving to go and you want to do loads, and then other times you don't. So welcome. I'm in England. I'm down in Buckinghamshire, and we're called Dexter Loves Annie because they are my dogs. Dexter sadly passed away last May. We just have Annie now, who is in her bed over there chewing on something. So if you hear any chomping, that's her. I am coffeeed up and ready to go. So how are you all? As I say, I am what I am, and well, let's get into it, because you're here for yarny stuff, aren't you? I am too. I've got all everything I could find is here. I can't remember what I finished since I last uploaded, but I do know that I haven't fully shown you this. Now I probably have to insert a photograph here, because this thing is vast. It's absolutely massive, and I'm trying to find a sensible way to pick it up. So this is my Advent shawl. It is a pattern by Kelly of Roro and Cades. It took me all of December, and it was done using the Advent yarn from Skein and the Stitch, and I did it as per the pattern using the yarn that came in the box. I did it all as per me, following instructions. I know, it's mad. Wonders never cease. I found it hard. I had to frog a lot back at times. I was kind of vilified at one point because there was a mistake on day 11. I don't know whether I realised it was a mistake or not. I probably didn't. I didn't. And I made enough of my own mistakes. Pattern's all rectified now. But it was just nice to know that one of the cock-ups wasn't me. Just one. There were many others. Because I have attention span of a peanut. That's just me. So, here we go. Now I'm going to have to do this in bits because it is huge. So we're going to start here. This is where we... No, that's not where we started. Get it together, woman. Being careful not to show you the back of it as well. Right, so this is where we started, and you'll know it if you watched any of my Christmas videos. So there we are. That was the first day, and then we graded in this one. Just trying to see, just make sure it's in frame. Some eyelets going on there. Oh, we did start the lace down here, so there's a bit of lace down here, and then we carry on, and then at this point I don't know what day's what, because some of the yarns were pretty similar, but anyway, here we go. Annie's now making snuffly noises. She's trying to find somewhere comfy and warm to lay, and I've only got one radiator on, so yeah. Sorry about the background faffing, absolute faffing. Right, shall we continue with the same shawl? So yeah, we went from some pinks into some blues, and it was kind of an alternating between the lace part. This is a bit high up today. The lace part and the eyelet part. And I have to say, I don't normally appreciate garter stitch. Don't really like garter stitch patterns, but it really worked well with this lace. Really love it. I wear this quite a lot still, even though it's like nearly March. So there we are, there's some blues, And then we go into some greens. See, that's the point. And then I did warn you it was big, didn't I? And then we're into some yellows and greys. And it was at this point I had a massive appreciation for grey and yellow. I don't think it's ever something I've ever considered as a colour scheme. But yeah, I really loved this skein here that came. In frame, yeah. This skein here that came was kind of a mixture of grey and yellow, and I absolutely loved it. So then we work through the yellows, and then lots and lots of lace, and then just a few garter stitch rows and some eyelets just to finish it off, and then casting it off was very, very satisfying. So it wraps around me about 3 times. It's beautifully warm. Is that even the right way up? I don't know. Still now. This is the trouble with asymmetrical shawls. I never really know how to wear them, but this is so massive. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that is right. So it's beautiful, and I love it. And it's really squishy as well. There is a DK version on her Ravelry page, and wherever else it is she has her patterns. I think she has a website. I'm fairly sure she is, because she had to switch it over recently. And I don't know where else you get patterns from. But yay! It's available in DK, slightly smaller. Won't take an entire month to knit. Up to you. Another finished knit, and I am loving these because they come up so quickly, and this is my 3rd now. Annie, another love note, believe it or not. So I put my own little tag on the front there, because sometimes I can't work out which is the front and the back, and I know that sounds weird because I've scalloped the back, and that's not going to show you anything, is it? Annie, behave. She's playing with the spinning wheel. So yeah, so the back does that. But yeah, sometimes I still can't work out the front and the back. So this was made in Drops Fable and Hobie alpaca lace. So instead of being all fluffy with mohair, I've gone for an alpaca lace. It's really warm. It is stunning. Full length sleeves down to my cuff. Where's my arm? There. Down to my cuff length. And I only work 1 round of lace on these because it comes down too low. Well, you know, I have the bigger chesticles, and you know, I just don't need to be having them on display, frankly. And I prefer it like this. So I do the first round of lace, which I'm kind of getting used to now, because that also I found tricky on the first one. Didn't do any lace at all on the second one, on that green one. And then I just do 10 more rounds before I start the armpit. It's pilling a little bit, but I think that's the alpaca. I've worn this a lot. I love this. It's really warm. And now Annie's come. She didn't say hello. Come on then. Here she is. Say hello. They're there. Say hello. Say hello. Hello, my name is Annie, and I'm annoying. Is that light on your nose? Have you been digging? No. Yeah. Bark at yourself. Go on. Crazy child. She does bark at animals on the screen. That's mine. Leave it. Honestly, children and animals, don't work with them. She's now forced herself behind me on the sofa now. Oh my gosh. Right, so we'll be sitting forward for the rest of this, because she's quiet. Oh my god. Right, what's next? I haven't worked on this for a little while. This is the sea glass tea, and I've got some sweeties in that work bag. I've got sweeties in there, that's what the rustling is. Oh my goodness. Where's the front? There it is. Right, ready? Sea glass tea. So I didn't do... The pattern says to like just alternate. You hold 2 4-plies together and it says to just alternate them. And I didn't do that. I just kind of went with stripes. And then I realised that I should have been alternating. Decided I didn't care. But also I kind of reduced the size of the stripes going forward. And I'm using a lot of the, well, all of the offcuts. Offcuts? That's sewing, isn't it? The ends from my shawl, my advent shawl, and just offcuts. Oh my god. I think we're going to have to go with some coffee, excuse me. Small caffeine injection required. Okay, so yes, ends. I used all of the ends from that shawl, and also some really old ones like this one, for example, about a 10-year-old, 15-year-old socks that I made. So I'm going through all my old 4-plies. It's really good for stash busting. I'm this far past the sleeves. I believe you just ribbed those off. I don't know. Yeah, that's good. So I'm using my ends, and the base colour is Drops Fable again, 4-ply. I really like Drops Fable. Oh my god. Okay, so next having to run through pretty quickly because actually not got much storage space left on this phone, which is annoying. This one is another pattern by Rorancades Kelly, and it is called Joelle, and I'm just about, you work it back over and then front, so I'm just doing the back. I'm just about to cast on some sleeves, then there's a bit of lace for the shoulders, and then it's stocking stitched down the bottom of the front. I've just had to take out quite a lot of the sleeves because I got to the lace part. You know what's coming, don't you? Yeah, there was a cock up. Entirely my fault. Can't count. Had to rip back. Got to get the stitch count correct before I attempt that again. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? No. Okay, next one. I haven't touched this in a while. I don't even know when I showed you it last. But it's on rather small needles and it's double knit, and it's kind of hurting my hand, so I don't pick it up very often. But this is Drerene Knits Love Note. This is all yarn that I spun myself to a DK weight. The plan is to make Annie a jumper to match. She has since decided she doesn't like wearing jumpers, so we'll see. But she's constantly trying to stuff herself places to get warm. So we'll see. I would quite like to convert my flat dog jumper pattern into a dog jumper pattern in the round. So I will probably use this to do that. I think I'm fairly close to splitting for the sleeves. As I say, it's been a while since I picked it up. I'll maybe have to pick that up again soon. It's going to be insanely warm, which is a good thing because we're about to come into another cold snap. So who knows, this might be the jumper of choice soon. Okay, I'm going to rush through these. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hold on a minute. Sorry, Annie. Okay, I've gotten back onto this after having hibernated it for the winter. It has got massive. Probably going to have to insert another photo for this. This is Coziest Memories blanket. It's all done in West Yorkshire Spinners double knit yarn. I think the initial pattern's written for 4-ply to use up your scraps again. Lots of people who knit socks obviously need to write patterns to use up their stash. So that's out again. It'll probably go away as soon as it warms up. It'll probably be ready for next year. No rush on that one. So into some acquisitions, and I've got 1 minute left. So I'll just show you some yarn that I bought, and it's come undone. Excellent. So some Malabrigo sock. Local yarn shop shut down recently, so I'm going to do another love note with that. And I've bought some Hobie mohair to go with it, and the idea is to fade. So we died again, and I've just cleared off another 5 minutes. I really need to get some stuff off this mobile phone. So I don't know where we got to, but local yarn shop closing down. Bought these, got this from Hobie. The idea is to fade one into the other, but with this to sort of tie it all together. And of course it's going to be another love note. You know it, I know it. I love it. I might try the ranunculus. I don't know. I probably will just do another love note. Yeah, 2 skeins is enough. I know it'll do a decent love note, so that's fine. I also bought this from Hobie. This is colour 25. It's a turquoise. I think that's fairly true to colour. It's blowing out a bit. It's not quite. It's more of a pastel-y one. That other one was colour 12. And then these are Malabrigo sock, Sandbank, and Chocolate Amargo. Also at the shop, I've wanted one of these for ages, and because they're discounted because she's closing, I got myself a Turkish drop spindle for spinning. Those 2 bits come together, and when you wind it on, it kind of comes together like a nice little ball, all nice and neat and tidy. I also bought another bobbin for the spinning wheel and some oil for the spinning wheel, keeping an eye on the time. Is there anything? I don't think there is anything else. Oh yeah, I did make this sock. This was another one of the Hobie mohairs. And I was doing, it's a very lacy sock. Let's find it again. There it is. I have all my patterns next to the sofa now. So it is a Watashi no Yume socks. And they're very cute, but they're supposed to be lace. And guess what? No surprises. There we go. I'm trying to give you a picture without giving you away too much of the pattern. They're supposed to look like that, but I messed up the lace and then got the frogged it all back, and because it's mohair it all stuck together, and I decided I didn't want to do lace anymore, so I just did straight socks, and they feel gorgeous on. The only problem is the cast on's a bit snug. There's no give in this yarn at all really, and I did a really snug cast on and I can barely get it on over my foot, but I'm gonna do the other one probably. Second sock syndrome is real. Now the other thing that I have obtained since I spoke to you last, my husband won some spending vouchers and shared them with me, and so I asked for some chow goos because I have coveted them for a long time, but they are just a lot of money and a lot more than I would actually spend on myself. So this is what it looks like. These are all the interchangeable needles, and then you get the cable needles, the cables to go on the needles. I've got the 2.75s and the 4mm out currently in use, and then you get all of the extra little bits and bobs, and I've ordered some more cable. I bought a few more cables to go with it, and you get stitch markers, end bits, and I'm really happy with them. Oh yeah, a sizer and some pretty little stitch markers, and I love it. So I'm going to end that there because I'm running out of space and I don't want this to cut off again for the third time, and I'll get the storage sorted out, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.